What happens when a man doesn't sleep? Not for a night, not for a week, but for 201 days straight. In 1954, deep inside a hidden psychiatric facility, one man took part in an experiment that science later tried to erase from history. In the depths of Soviet Russia during the late 1940s, a classified military experiment was conducted, one that would never be acknowledged in any official records. A study designed to test the boundaries of human endurance and the horrors of the human mind. The plan was simple: seal 5 political prisoners inside a sealed gas chamber, expose them to an experimental stimulant gas, and see how long they could stay awake. For 30 days. The prisoners were promised freedom if they completed the trial. With no clocks, no daylight, no contact with the outside world, only the gas and each other. At first the subjects spoke freely, their conversations were lively, they whispered secrets, they told jokes, but after 5 days, the tone began to shift. They grew paranoid, voices lowered, they stopped talking to each other and started whispering into the corners. Some thought they were being watched, others thought they were being hunted by something inside the room. On day 9, one subject began to scream. He ran from wall to wall, shrieking uncontrollably, his voice cracking, tearing, until he tore out his own vocal cords. The silence that followed was worse than the screams. Another subject was found muttering to himself, rocking back and forth, whispering strange phrases, smiling at nothing. And then came the static. The researchers had two-way microphones inside the chamber, but now all they heard was quiet, no voices, no movement, just breathing, shallow, erratic, until day 15. Embark decided to open the chamber. They were afraid of what they'd find, but nothing could have prepared them. As the door slowly creaked open, a wave of putrid stench hit them. Rot, blood, decay. One subject was dead, his organs removed and stuffed down a floor drain. The others, mutilated, ripped flesh, eyes wide open. They hadn't been sleeping, they hadn't even tried. They were awake, and they were fighting, not to escape, but to stay inside. When the guards tried to remove them, they resisted. One of them snapped his own bones to slip from his restraints, then lunged, biting a soldier's throat open. Another screamed, "Put us back in, we must stay awake." The gas, it had done something to them, something irreversible. They were no longer human. When questioned, one subject, barely alive, looked a doctor in the eye and whispered, "You forget what it's like to be human. The moment you close your eyes, we are what hides in your dreams." The military ordered the experiment to be terminated, but one final subject remained alive. His body twisted, his face expressionless, but his eyes still wide open. As a bullet was chambered into the gun pointed at his head, he grinned and said, "Have you forgotten so easily? We are you. We are the madness that lurks within, begging to be freed, and kept in check only by the weak shell of your sanity." The soldier hesitated, and then silence. The facility was shut down, the footage destroyed, the files buried under classified archives. But whispers of the experiment remain, retold in dark corners of the internet, reimagined through stories and fears. Was it real? A Soviet myth? Or something that was never supposed to be remembered? Either way, the Russian sleep experiment remains unsolved.
For more strange disappearances and unsolved cases, subscribe to Whispers Unsolved.